Hello everybody. In this spreadsheet tutorial we're going to go over the replace function, and we're going to show how to use the replace function in the numbers spreadsheet application. However, for the most part this should work pretty much the same in all spreadsheet applications, including Google Sheets and Excel. A quick definition: the replace function returns a string value where a specified number of characters of a given string value have been replaced with a new string value. The replace function takes 4 arguments: the source string, the start position, the replace length, and the new string. Okay, so we have 4 examples. Let's go ahead and get started with our first example. So what we want to do here is we want to take this sentence or text or string, "he prefers to be called," and we want to take this part and replace it with a real name. Okay, so as we mentioned, the replace function takes 4 arguments. Here is our first argument, our second argument, our third, and our fourth. Now, the start position is where you want to start your replace, or where you want to insert the new string. So if you were to count all of these starting at H as 1 and then go to here where we see the I, that's where we want our start position to be to insert our new string, which is going to be Frank. The next argument is the replace length, and that tells the function how many characters or what part of this string are to be replaced. So if you were to start here again at the I and go to the end, that should be 16. Now when you go ahead and implement your function, the good thing is you'll see the result right away. So if any of these numbers are off slightly, you can just adjust them accordingly. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up our replace function. Let's hit equals. We'll type in replace. Let's put in our source string, which is here. Our start position argument is here. Our replace length is here. And the new string is here. Okay, so again, we want to replace this part of the string, insert name here, with a real name, Frank. Let's go ahead and hit our check mark. And you can see that this old string has now been altered, and the insert name here has been replaced with Frank. Okay, moving on to our next example. So in this case, we have our string, the color is blue. And we have this alternative spelling of color. Now let's say we wanted to replace that with this spelling of color. So our first argument is the start position. And if you count over, starting with the T, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's where we want to start. Right there with the C, okay? The replace length argument is 6. So we want to replace the entire contents of this word, which is 6 characters. And we want to replace that with this new string, color. Let's pull up replace. Let's put in our source string, our start position, our replace length, and the new string. Hit the check mark. And you can see that this string has now been altered. And we have replaced this spelling of color with this spelling of color. Next up, let's say that we want to change the way these area codes are displayed in this phone number. So instead of just 444, let's say we want to put the round brackets around this area code. Now when we do this, we want to make sure that we don't change what the area code currently is. And to do that, we're going to use the left function. So we're going to pull that out, and then we're going to join that area code, whatever it is, with the round brackets. So let's use the left. The source string is here, and the string length is 3. Okay, so that pulls out the area code. Now let's go back in, and inside double quotes, let's put 1 round bracket. That would be the left round bracket. Let's use an ampersand to join that, and then let's put in the closing round bracket. So to do that, let's use an ampersand to join it, use our double quotes, and put in our closing round bracket. Okay, so you can see now we have our area code with the round brackets. Now let's go ahead and use our replace function. Our source string is here. Let's put in our start position, our replace length, and our new string. Now let's go ahead and hit the check mark. And you can see now we have our area code with the round brackets around it. Next up, we have an example here where we have a made-up email address, and this number symbol is supposed to be an @ symbol. Now, of course, if you had a small number of these to change, you could just do it manually. But if you had a large number of these to change, let's go over how you could use the replace function to do that. And instead of putting all of our arguments here, let's go ahead and put it all in one cell. So let's pull up replace. Our source string is here. And for the start position, we're going to use find. So for the first argument in find, we want to find that number symbol. So let's go ahead and put that in double quotes. Our source string is the same string, and we can leave the start position blank. Now let's move on to the next argument for our replace. The replace length is 1 because we're just going to replace the number symbol with the @ symbol. And the new string is the @ symbol. Okay? And as we said, that @ symbol is going to replace this incorrect number symbol. So when we hit the check mark, this should be abc@email.com instead of abc@email.com. Okay, so that looks good. Now the cool thing is, if this email changes, so let's make it abcdefg, this should still work, and it does. That's all we have for this spreadsheet tutorial, and join us again next time.